This is it. This is my moment. My journey to the stage has finally come. Playing with the pros against the pros. Getting here wasn't easy. It took long days of hard work, dedication, and a passion to keep moving forward. And it's that passion that's driving me to keep going, even if I don't know what lies ahead. But I do know one thing. It all started here.
Hello everybody, good evening, and welcome back to KCGameOn number 75. iGam and Meaty Mitts joined by...
This is the Spirit Bear coming in. We are jumping into... Oh man, Jesse and the Cooter Punchers, which is their name. And they are playing against... let's see here.
Oh, shoot. I don't even know. Let me find out quick.
We're just seeing just the summoner name is because we were not invited to the lobby, so we're trying to line up who is who. Either way, we are in the loser's side of the bracket, which means that once you're done here, you're out. You lose here and you're out.
It's either against Rito Please or Next Level, depending on
I think
who
we've seen both already, so
won that game.
I don't know. We'll try to line it up here pretty soon. But looking really quick at these teams as we're kind of just getting everything shuffled around here. We have I'm excited to see Warwick. I think I say this every single time Warwick gets played. I'm excited to see him come out. But I don't think we've always seen Warwick do super well, even though there's a lot of potential there. A Ziggs in the mid lane and Tristana, which I'm super happy for. This is a team comp that I wrote up. No, it's not mine. It's not like I told them or anything like that. But this is a team comp that I've wanted to try out on my own sometime or with a team because Tristana, super good about taking down turrets super fast. And Ziggs as well, like being able to use his passive, and then even that satchel charge that got changed a while ago. It's the Tree Huggers. All right, so it's Jesse and the Cooter Punchers versus Tree Huggers, and I think we're trying to figure out which side is which. I think JSCP means...
Yep.
It's Jesse's team.
Yep.
So really excited for this. This obviously is meaning like, hey, we want to push down some turrets. We want to get those objectives really fast. And I love it. I love seeing that coming out from them. And then on the other side, here pretty soon you'll see it, but we have an Udyr, Talia, Renekton, Lucian, and Malzahar. So it looks like this Malzahar is in the support, which again, he got buffed recently, so I'm excited to see how he does in there. Udyr, we'll see how this goes. When you're playing against a Vladimir who can pull, so you don't get stunned. You're playing against a Warwick who, if he times his fear right, you don't get stunned. You're playing against a Ziggs who can satchel charge and jump away, or even separate you out from the rest of your team. You have a Tristana who can jump away, and you also have a Thresh with a Flay and a Lantern. So I'm assuming that they're in the pick order. They pick things. We didn't get to see the pick and ban, so honestly, my guess is that Udyr was probably picked pretty quick. I don't know. I just feel like that's probably not the best jungler that you could be able to choose. But at the same time, he was reworked not too long ago, and I guess I've seen some people have success with him. So I'm excited to be able to see how they can work that out. And I mean, if Malzahar can be able to flash and be able to root someone down, then it's not as big of a deal. Someone just pinged you.
Somebody just pinged me. All right.
Hi, Glitter.
Nope.
There you are. We did the double mute.
The
just
double
to fake
mute.
you out.
How rude.
All right. And the classic invade,
What is
and
this music? It's
Oh.
very circusy.
Very, yeah. That tri-brush is warded out, so they don't even drop any words themselves. They're just going on to see if they can find people, I guess.
Yeah, check it out. Absolutely. I'm super excited. I really hope this music is
It's freaking me out.
it's just prepping us for this game. It's fantastic.
We see a Thresh and Tristana in the top lane. I haven't seen this in like
Huh,
2
okay.
seasons or so.
All right.
Now the problem
Yeah.
I see with that is I believe, and I don't know all the stats and numbers, I just know that this is why you don't do it anymore, that the top tower either has a certain amount of armor, the extra, or it doesn't drop off at a certain time, but Riot changed it up so there wasn't any more lane swapping for this purpose because it's better, it's easier, quote unquote easier to get the bottom lane turret than it is to get the top. So that's what really staved off a lot of people, especially in the professional scene, from doing this lane swap. So we see some next level mind games coming out from Jesse and the Punchers.
No, we're not saying their name.
All right. And it is a little bit out of date right now, but the bracket is right below us in the description of the Twitch page here. But you can at least at that point go and check out all the different teams that are playing, all the people that are playing on those teams. So if you do want to check out any of those, that will get updated, I'm assuming, as soon as everybody's done eating. Get all of those games added and updated so we can see the latest stats there.
Malzahar's taking a vacation.
Yeah, he's taking a long walk up top, I think, to help out. So a half swap.
I think so.
Interesting, okay.
Which, in all honesty, I think is going to be fine because Vladimir should be able to hold his own against a Lucian.
Yep.
I mean, Lucian sure could poke him down, but then he just...
No,
No, they're both
There they
backing.
go,
Looks
yep.
like they're gonna
Oh
switch
my
now.
they are going to do a full swap.
Oh,
Now
I see.
Zahar just decided to walk.
He lost so much experience, though.
Yeah, so
Oh
we'll
my
see
goodness.
how that works on experience and CS here.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's gonna get the Cougar Punchers up in experience.
The Cougar Punchers. They punch cats.
No, I don't think we should punch anybody.
Flash out from
All
Ziggs.
right.
Make sure he doesn't get caught up. I don't think Talia had all the mana that could be able to complete burst out Ziggs. I think Ziggs was healthy enough, so it has teleport, so it's probably going to get back that way.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so now we do have our traditional Australian lanes, but Udyr is
Twinkle Toe.
going to visit
that
that
bear
top
stance?
lane. Is going to stun up and force that flash out of Thresh.
Look at that damage coming back from Tristana. And actually, there's Warwick. Warwick coming through. There's a stun flash coming out from Twinkle as he is able to skitty daddle on out of there.
Skitty old daddle.
Skitty daddle. I feel like that's how a bear walks when it's running really fast.
What does he say when he flashes?
I
Oh,
don't
jungle
know.
fight for
Ooh,
no reason.
Yeah, they want to take
Oh, mid lane's not playing fair.
that. Yeah, Udyr is super
Good for your
excited
Ignite
about
coming out
that.
there. Flash
yeah,
after that. Flash after
absolutely.
that.
Ah,
He had
Oh, he has no flash. Oh,
They're
I'm just kidding. We
chasing,
missed
they're
that flash.
chasing.
Oh my gosh, look at his life left. He had
Oh my
just
goodness.
the last tick of Ignite was so close. He was very, very close to going down there.
But look at the CS. So they did that lane swap and kind of threw everyone off. Tristana's up 29 to 12
Yeah.
CS. Vladimir himself, who generally should not be have gotten that much CS, is also 21 to 9. So even though Talia is kind of trying to hold her own on that, and we see the pool being forced out from Renekton, that's just, I don't know. This is just from square one, just going to be a good game.
Absolutely. I feel like we need to go back to that first song that was playing and just
right.
put it
The
on
circus
repeat.
song needs to stay on
Put
forever.
it on repeat for this game.
Well, even from the picks, like these are some old school picks. Malzahar
Lucian.
support.
There we go. Really good hit.
Tristana
But-
has been out for a while.
Is the heal going to be Tristana
Oh.
jumps in. Now she jumps back out.
Yep.
Great job from Tristana, knowing that she can get that reset on her jump whenever she was getting in Lucian's face there. And you were saying, Glitter Bay, about some old school picks.
It's just all old. I don't know. Udyr? Who's seen an Udyr in a while?
He jumps straight
Oh,
to Renekton's
no.
waiting arms with a stun. He's doing what he can, but there's just so much CC, a lot of damage coming out from R33 on Talia. Again, just a lot of just old schoolness going on here. Oh, I forgot.
Oh, the
Just
Malzahar. This is the guy. He's got the best name in the game.
Egg
In
roll.
today's competition, egg roll.
Egg roll.
But it's also AGG, you know? So,
Oh.
like a good old Canadian GG. He wins.
A Canadian egg roll. What?
I don't know. Maybe he's Canadian. You don't know.
You're right. I do not know that. We'll have to get egg roll up here for an interview, and that's our only question. So you picked Malzahar. Yep. Are you Canadian?
Well, that would make it 2 questions.
Well, we have to make sure we grab the right person.
Well, then we'd have 3.
Renekton jumping in there and clearing out minions, and Tristana just
Oh.
goes ham and then flashes back out. And then there's a flashback out that way. And flash the
Holy cow.
mastery. Taking a page out of Ro's book with the mastery.
Yeah, absolutely.
How much should Ro pay to you to be nice to him today?
I think mastery flashing is fine. I think it's hilarious. But I miss the days when you could flash like the fire and ice. That was kind of fun.
I like at Christmas time because you can flash jingle bells. And that's all I do.
TP in from Renekton, going up top lane and seeing if he can do some damage and forces out the pool from Vlad. And Vlad's going to try to chase him down. Nope, just kidding. He goes for the minion.
The unswap, as 4 are going to collapse in bot lane.
Hook
Oh,
goes
yeah.
wide.
I don't even know what this game is, guys.
Talia does not use ultimate to cut off anybody in there, and the heal looks like it is going to get Mika Moose out just fine and dandy.
Does she have ult yet? No. Yes.
Are we?
Yes,
I
she
feel
does.
like her sound's slightly behind. Maybe not. Maybe I was just listening to something else. I'm
I
just
don't
all
know.
confused.
We're all a little bit tired after
We ate our food. We're just
We
gonna go for a nap.
stuffed ourselves. Yeah, we did not get our after meal nap, so this game is a little bit rough for us.
Pretty even in gold
And
though.
this music.
Yeah. Fire at will. The flash came
Oh,
out
wow.
from Lucian because that hook would have landed. So pretty good job there, and we just see them kind of just trading off a little bit of damage, and Tristana just continues to grow that CS lead.
I'm about to have a heart attack. Like, I think some clown is gonna come out behind me.
I'm pretty sure that hook did not land.
No, it did
No.
not. There's
All right.
Reaper's wall coming through there, trying to block out the Ziggs from doing anything.
Wow,
Satchel
very
Wow.
good.
is going to get him
Just
over, but he already
solo him.
killed the wall off, and one more auto attack. Is that no? It's not going to do
no,
enough.
the last tick.
Flash. I think he's going to get out of this. Yes,
Oh
he is.
my gosh, that last auto attack, he had to get in there, and very like this the Talia play is really on point right now. I
Ulrich doing what he can,
No.
trying to get in there.
Wow.
Gets taken down. The classic case of tunneling, I would say, on
Yeah.
that one. Hook does not land.
This poor Thresh. I mean, you're trying to hook a Lucian or a Malzahar with a shield up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pool being used like pretty much right away whenever Renekton tries to go in, and then it was kind of back off. So I would say if I was Renekton, like just keep doing that, like just keep jumping in there because this pool's on a long cooldown, and your dash and stun are not as long a cooldown. So unfortunately, every time we go up there, we just see Vladimir pulling, and nothing's happening from
Yep.
there.
Yep, nothing else happens.
And no mana we saw on the bot side coming in from Malzahar and Lucian, and some damage coming down. A flash stun from the bear. And is he going to be able to actually get healed up from his ultimate? Yes, he will at the very end of things. And Warwick comes through there, gets stunned up himself, and is still level 5, so he really can't chase or lock down anyone right within there. And he needs to get in the jungle and just farm up a little bit more, because he's actually even behind his bottom lane, and that's not what you want out of a jungler. And he's going to go looking for Twinkle Toes. He does able to find him, gets stunned up himself, to pop the barrier so that he can be able to get the fear, and actually gets that kill. He may actually be able to turn this one back. Oh, no, just kidding. He got no healing. A lot of times with Warwick, you can heal back up, but Renekton's damage just really came out there, and I don't know. He
Yeah, I
got a
think,
kill, traded a kill.
That's definitely what will happen when you put up a level 8 Renekton versus a level 5 Warwick.
That's true, that's true.
He'll just do some damage to you. But good kill going out and finding
His
that.
poor Ziggs.
Oh man.
Not quite enough there. 0-3, and that's just not what you even see, especially when Talia is able to just continually push a lane so easily and then go somewhere else. She gets the kill, pushes the wave, and there's just no punish for it at all. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
so
tell that Scuttle Crab who's boss. Throw a rock at it.
He was
She left him.
was planning on going down to the bot lane there, but they probably would have figured it out because he had the Warwick mark over his head.
Oh,
So
that's right.
guessing they would have figured it out eventually.
Warwick is level 6. I don't think he's quite close enough yet to be able to land the ultimate, so he will back off. Talia did a good job of using her Q, throwing all the giant boulders and rocks, make sure that slows them down a little bit, and kind of this mid lane just returns back to the way it was, just kind of a 1v1, and I'm probably going to see a kill. And actually, we see Malzahar use his ultimate, but there's that lantern that's able to get him out of there. Chilling Smite coming through, but it's a lot of CC onto the Udyr, so he's not actually able to stun. Tristana jumps over, gets the kill. Is she going to jump forward again? There's the ultimate coming out from Warwick, the flash and the ultimate coming out from Tristana to push Lucian back into the team. Probably not necessary, but the ignite from Thresh does take him down. And there is a ping onto the Mountain Drake, so we're going to probably see a good movement towards there. Wow.
Massive amount of damage coming out from Renekton onto this Vladimir to grab that solo kill. Yeah, Vladimir might have a lot of health regeneration, but
Takes Weaver wall all the way in there, and actually throws ignite onto Tristana. Tristana jumps to the wall, and I think her heal's actually going to save her, and R33 just walks away, and there's the lantern back in. So I was actually ready for the entire team just to collapse on her right there, but she was able to get out alive and not take down Tristana.
yeah, I can't believe that Talia lived out of all of that. That was it was a good attempt, I feel, but unfortunately, as Ziggs was joining, that becoming a 1v4 was getting very risky very quick.
So both lanes during the lane swap still have their CS advantage, but I mean, we just saw Vladimir didn't really get anything from that bonus. I don't know if he's perhaps... Well, he doesn't seem unfamiliar on Vladimir. He knows to pool.
That's a good skin. Hopefully that means they know what they're doing when they have a good skin.
Well, that's not true. I've seen my luck skins.
We might have to see if we can find one of them to ask them what their thought process was behind the lane swap.
Yes, please.
And we need to find out if that is true or not, if top lane's harder now. I mean, I believe that it is, but I don't know if perhaps they buffed or anti-buffed or... I don't know. I assume so, because they don't really do it in LCS anymore either. So.
Yeah, no, I know they changed it, and I think Vladimir might be going down here. Yeah, I know they changed it and did change where there's a certain amount of armor. I think it's a reduction that happens. I think they both start off with the same amount of armor, and then there's a reduction in the bot lane at a certain amount of time. And I'm pretty sure that's how it works out. And Lucian dashes away, and nothing comes of this. So, I mean, yeah, that is usually why you don't see it. Plus, they changed up some of the jungle timers, and so you couldn't help leash and do this and do that, and really tried to force more of a 2v2 bot lane, which I think is fine. Seeing more action. I kind of dogged on Udyr a little bit there at the beginning, but he's doing quite well when it comes to being up in CS, being involved in more kills around the map than Warwick has. But here we see Talia coming down the bot lane. Doesn't quite have Weaver's wall up just yet, and the hook goes wide. So just saying hi, I guess. That's fine. Talia just actually that's pretty good. Like, I can come down whenever I feel like. You guys need to play safe.
Yeah, absolutely. That's super important when you've got a lane like this, and when Tristana has just been jumping in and jumping out all game. You want to make sure that she has to think twice about that instead of just instinctively doing it. So very good on that. And yeah, just knowing that the Udyr is doing really well this game already as well. You know, he's been jumping into that top lane and forcing those kills. So that's just one more thing that the bot lane here needs to be worried about.
Yeah, Lucian calling out that wave.
Good wall, though. Guessing this Warwick is going to go down. Flash has come out. Oh. Yeah, Flash is coming out from both junglers. But unfortunately, just a little bit unfortunate for the
Oh,
Warwick.
one more.
Talia very, very low is going to get a whole lot more move speed here in just a second. But we're not going to be able to watch that great chase because, okay, we are going to be able to.
Oh, the suppression.
Oh, no.
Oh, they're gonna kill. Oh, wow.
What
All
is
right,
this?
so they do trade kills, but there is going to be some continued fighting here in the river. The red team has more people there. 3v2 is going to make it so that that the punchers decide to try to get out of there.
They need to all thank Thresh with all of their lives when this game is over. He has been carrying the heck out of them. They won't, because he's a support. Nobody ever does.
Is that how you feel, Devin, as well? There's the two
You know-
supports in the room. You guys don't get enough thanks. Or you play Braum and everyone thanks Braum because it's Braum.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Everybody loves Braum.
Man, he just pulls so early that Renekton is just
Yeah.
continually able to just jump in and do all kinds of damage. And then when it really matters, I just don't think that pool's really been up for him to survive through all of this. And Twinkletoes trying to go back on a ward, and Vladimir pokes at him and lets him know there's a ward there. So doesn't necessarily waste as much time as I think he could have with that. But of course, back to the bot lane. 143 S, 144 CS to the Tristana, who has Infinity Edge, and is just going to jump straight into the Lucian. Knocks him away, and that's just so much damage that's still coming out there. And Warwick, I don't think is going to do anything because of that shield, so it just kind of backs off there a little bit. But I mean, they got the flash out of Lucian. That's pretty good.
Yeah, absolutely. Good thought on the play. Wanted to jump over him and get that ultimate out to push him back, but unfortunately, you got to remember who you're playing against. When you're playing against a Lucian that has the dash up every couple seconds, you know, you're not going to be able to. You're not going to be able to pull something like that.
How did he live?
The Ziggs,
Yeah.
it almost tickled him. Oh, suppression!
Oh,
as he's trying to
suppression
jump
right
out.
there.
Heal that makes
Oh,
so that
man.
the silence doesn't land. I don't know if that would have killed the Tristana, but that was a pretty smooth little stop there. There's Weaver's Ball catching out the Warwick, trying to see what he can be able to do. That's just so much damage coming from Talia, and he looks to do a little bit of damage back, and then she just slams him with rocks back into his face.
They're really just trying to hinder this this Warwick, just really shutting him down at this point. He's, I feel like he's just super behind at this point, even though he's, I mean, he's not super behind, but I mean, 1-4 and 2, and he's just, they're really learning at this
Oh,
point
Thresh
that
might-
they can
Yeah.
take advantage of him, I feel. Ultimate coming down from Vladimir, trying to stop this Renekton and get a little bit of health back up, but he is going to be able to ult back and get that kill. And he's going to continue pushing the that top lane while Vladimir's dead. And we're going to see. It looks like the Tree Huggers are starting that dragon. They'll be able to finally get their own dragon for this game. Get a little bit of that health and mana regeneration.
Yeah, and Tristana's doing, I think, a really good job. Already has the Hurricane and Infinity Edge doing just a pretty good job of farming up. But you're going against a 5-2 and 3 Talia, and you're going against a 4-0 and 1 Renekton, who just got, I believe that's first. No, that wasn't first turret. They got first turret in mid. By the way, he got a turret, and so he's just
Yeah.
going to be so huge. And so Tristana is just going to have to make sure that she just stays out of reach of both Renekton and Talia. Because this Vladimir has Proto Belt, but I just don't see him doing a lot of damage. It looks like Thresh, I think Thresh is just going to get so much CC'd, slow it up here, and doesn't have flash. Is he going to hook over the wall? Nope, no one was there.
Nope,
so.
because Tristana just decided to kill all of them. If only he could lantern himself. But unfortunately, he is going to get caught, and there is not much he can do about it.
Talia is able to find out Tristana. We're going to see a lot of damage coming back out there, and come back on backside. I think Tristana's going to live. Great ultimate coming out, taking out Twinkletoes. R33 has to run across all those bombs, and also going to take out double kill for Ziggs, and Ziggs now 2-3-0, and just all of a sudden, just like that, is not as far behind as you know, we were just talking about.
Yeah, that's going to be big because I feel like he's been pretty accurate with those ultimates right now.
Yeah.
If he can get a little bit more AP behind that, yeah. they're going to be able to knock down turrets. You know, when you've got a Ziggs and a Tristana, I mean, what else could you want when trying to knock these turrets down?
Well, at this point, like if you have a Ziggs, if you have a Tristana, like you better be trying to get that Rift Herald, because Rift Herald charges in and does a percentage damage to the health based on their health that they have. So you're already going to hit down. Let's just easily just say a third. And then when does the satchel charge work at a third itself? 25%.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So
sure.
all you have to do is basically throw Tristana, explosive charge onto explosive bomb, auto attack till explodes, and between one hit from the Rift Herald, one Tristana E, and one satchel charge, you're going to explode that turret and it's going to be gone. So,
absolutely.
I'm surprised they're not making as much of a push towards that Rift Herald. Oh, actually, it's done now. Just kidding. They should have done it. I'm just kidding. I didn't realize it was already 21 minutes because I was just so distracted by
everything.
Everything, exactly. Well, then in that case, they should be going for Baron. It's the same pit. Go up there.
Absolutely.
Have a party. Fearless Thresh looks for a hook,
Thresh
and actually
going
does.
very aggressive. Grabbing that Malzahar, throwing his ult down is going to get a lot of damage, and Vladimir is going to be able to get the kill on the Malzahar even after he ults.
Use the flash, not the protobelt. I think the protobelt may have been able to still get him within range, but either way, like flashing forward and getting that kill, and securing that up there. I think he even traded flashes with Malzahar, so there is the protobelt doing some damage.
All right, so they've sent Tristana to try to deal with the Renekton, as Vlad has not had any success doing that so far.
Oh, Warwick.
All we had time to say was, "Oh, Warwick."
Unfortunately, Warwick wants his jungle, but they are just not letting him have it.
Oh, the lantern. The stun happens on the way, like a drive-by slap, and then he actually turns back, gets hooked back onto Udyr. Tristana's going to be doing a lot of damage here. Talia flashes forward, trying to be able to pick out the Tristana. And actually, they all are flashing onto the Tristana, trying to be able to kill. They pick up both those right within there. Ziggs flashes out after picking up Udyr himself.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Ziggs was just a hair too far away in that fight. Yeah. And I feel like if Tristana and Thresh would have walked towards him, they would have had a whole lot better chance at that fight. But he just wasn't able to do anything in that fight because he was a little bit too far away. But on the good side, that Vlad is definitely pushing in that bottom lane. There's the turret going down. So they do get something out of that, all of that pressure that they're throwing into the mid.
Wow.
And Warwick's going to come in and just deal a whole ton of damage to that Talia, and just. I also don't think the punchers just keep running past all of these pink wards that are in their jungles. They haven't quite noticed them yet.
Oh.
Desperation ultimate coming out from Vladimir is not enough to save himself or to get any meaningful damage done.
No.
Smite coming down onto Warwick, but he does get the that fear, which is going to mean he is going to at least get away.
For now, until next time they find him.
Until right now,
totally.
basically.
Well, satchel charge knocks him a little bit towards, but they just go ahead and go onto this turret, and red turret is destroyed. And again, Tristana's just so fast taking those turrets that they should actually probably watch out. Talia looks like she might try to go up there and stop this push, which is, I mean, really good. But Ziggs himself can be able to hold off the wave, and we're going to see what happens. Hook goes wide, a lot of damage. There's Weaver's wall, but I think she's going to jump over it. We're just seeing a lot of action all the way around the place. The satchel charge trying to be able to jump him somewhere. And, poor Ziggs.
Warwick, no. Bad dog.
He thought about it. He really wanted to jump in, but he's gonna do what he can to help get these minions feared up away and from the turret.
Oh, they gotta be careful on that one.
Yeah,
she's gonna be able to chase them down if she wants.
Talia definitely holding her own against Tristana and Thresh up there.
Cloud Drake.
Looks like the tree huggers are going to grab their second Drake of the game. Going to be that Cloud Drake for them.
Look at that damage come back out there, and they trade the kills. I think if Tristana tried to maybe walk up or down a little bit to make sure that she was missed by all those Qs, that may have been a little bit more in her favor and she would have lived. But that was
Yeah.
Bye, buddy.
Yeah, 1 for 1. Udyr coming around, the Renekton coming in as well.
No.
And Warwick decides that he really wants to try to get that buff,
Why?
but luckily Vladimir is coming to his rescue, as is the rest of his team. They finally spot that red pink ward in their jungle there, and get that out of there. But there's still one on the other side that is definitely giving the tree huggers that extra vision.
And that's something we saw from, kind of like the Kings and KU. They were always running around and taking care of all kinds of vision the whole time. It almost seemed like they always knew where the wards were, at least where they should be. And that's just different what we're seeing here. Everyone's more so worried about trying to push out the wave and get the tower, and there we see Lucian using the calling again just to be able to throw it into some people's faces.
Well, and especially people like Warwick, you should have like 6 pink wards at this point, just always in your pouch. And I don't think he's bought one yet. I don't think anybody on the Jesse's team has bought a pink ward.
Jesse's
So they're really just trying to not help themselves out.
Udyr looks like he is caught out. No, now this time it's no Udyr instead of no Warwick, and we're gonna see him trying to run around, and there's just too much damage
He's
coming out there.
yeah, trying to run to his team, but unfortunately the Vladimir was there to intercept him and grab that kill for his team. Tree huggers are going to drop that control ward onto Baron, but it was definitely spotted out very quickly, so they were able to take it out. But now begins the great Baron dance. Unfortunately,
They don't want to. They don't want to dance. They don't want to.
yeah, and nobody has any wards to put on Baron either. Okay, never mind. They do have a ward in the back there, in the back of the pit.
Oh, the flash thresh.
The
Oh,
tree
hits the
hugger.
minion, so he still gets behind and plays.
Yeah, that was still.
So Warwick misses the ultimate, but Vladimir is
There you go,
really
got
deep
the
in there with
threat
his
down.
ultimate. And he just diving in between the turrets, does his blood pool, and looks like he'll be fine. Takes a couple turret shots, but not the flashy play I think Thresh was looking for, but it still worked out.
Yeah, I feel like he was trying really, really hard, and he just was determined for it to work out. He just kept going. He didn't let one, missed hook ruin his play. He wants to make those highlight reels.
Right, and you can almost make the argument they got the box behind them. And
Yeah,
Splash is
absolutely.
really good, and we see a TP coming in from Ziggs, and then it looks like they back off a little bit here. That top wave is also pretty far pushed up there, so I would say just kind of keep pushing people up here, just making sure you don't get caught out. And Udyr is going mid, so you know that you can be able to survive if anyone comes after you. But I think they're going to back off and still have not used. I tried talking it up because I thought they knew what they're doing, but they have yet to put the Ziggs and Tristana together to try to immediately take out a turret.
Oh, he made a snowman. I never get to watch that skin. I'm usually just getting beat by it. Avoid the snow.
Talia, who was doing, I can't remember what her score was, but I feel like she's died a lot recently without actually being able to contribute for a team.
I remember it was 5, 2, and 3.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Jesse's team has definitely done a very good job of targeting her first,
Yeah.
and the tree huggers are not doing anything as far as protecting her. They've lost that lead there, and their Lucian is not doing enough to carry that they could leave her open like that, and she should be
Weaver's
well
Wall,
behind.
flash forward. Oh, there we go.
Ziggs
So
is
lot-
caught out. That is going to definitely prompt them to move towards that Baron. Udyr actually flashes over,
this game?
but he gets thrown up. The Thresh goes in to try to
Warwick with a
make
great
that
ult.
engage, and all of a sudden you've got Warwick and
Oh, that
Vladimir
fear.
going in, doing a whole lot of damage. Renekton trying to get in to take out everybody that is just so low right now. Everybody is so low.
Don't go back there. Don't hook. Like, just run.
But that trade actually going in favor of the punchers in a 1 for 3.
I don't know about you two, but I did not think it was going to go this well.
Yeah,
for
that went surprisingly well. I
I
feel.
don't think they thought that was going to go that well.
I mean, I think that Warwick got, he's got 2.5 items right now. He's starting to feel a lot better. He's 4, 5, and 6. I think he's finally starting to catch up and kind of get into his groove at this point. I mean, I think endgame, I'd rather have a Warwick than an Udyr on my team.
Yeah.
And I think what he did is he just jumped over the wall straight into the middle of the team, was able to get that fear off on a lot of the members, and you throw something like a Vlad ult on top of that, and they were able to, you know, get a lot done very, very quickly there.
Barely get a lot done. But then,
Well,
I mean,
barely, yeah.
counts when you can all walk back to base and
Absolutely.
you don't
Yeah.
get a gray screen. Barely counts.
Absolutely. So
As long as it's working.
As
That's
long as
all
it's
you need to
working.
know. So now we're gonna battle for Elder.
No, Vape Drake.
It's a vape Drake?
Yeah.
Oh.
As
It's
like
not
they
even
would
there
call
right
it.
now. 31 minutes.
tree huggers are rushing it
Okay,
down.
they're not battling at
And,
all.
yeah, I don't think the punchers even realized that it was getting done. They knew that they wanted to try to get in there and start it up, but I don't think they realized that they were starting it that quickly.
Right, even though they were clearing out all those wards on the backside, they're like, there's like 3 or 4 wards here, but nah, we're not gonna try to get in there. But I say time though, it was getting bursted down so quick. I don't think they
Yeah.
would have been able to get in there in time to be able to do anything.
All right, tree huggers are clearing out all the wards. They've got that dragon. They are going to focus that vision around the Baron at this point.
Where are you going?
But Talia wants to catch
Oh,
this
no.
catch this Tristana out, getting way too much damage
Good
done to her
flash.
though, and does end up going down. Very aggressive. Very.
Yeah. It was very aggressive. Yeah, you were right.
That's all we've got to say.
It's just a little ambitious coming in from Talia because, I mean, she doesn't have really any armor or Zonias or anything like that, which not that you need that per se when you're Talia, but if you're going to go try 1v1 the AD carry, you should probably try that.
Well, and I think that if Talia would have landed her knockup thing, I think that would have went a lot more in her favor. But unfortunately, with all those skill shots and Tristana being able to just leap out of there and still be auto-attacking the whole way.
And she has a lot of items.
Yeah.
She's doing pretty good for herself there.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's got that hurricane you love.
Yes. Yeah, she's Tristana is definitely doing well for herself right now. Yeah, that was definitely a very aggressive, very risky play.
We can see Ziggs is looking to build that Lich Bane, so again, if they can really kind of put together their efforts and just push up these waves, have Tristana, have Ziggs just go for these towers, they'll go down so quickly. And I mean, they all have Baron buff, so
Yeah.
this really should be something that they're, I think, trying to put a little more effort and stock into, but they're okay with clearing out vision and making sure they can't be seen if they do move from objective to objective.
The good thing is they do also have that one Mountain Drake, which is going to give them even more power against those turrets.
Damn it, she's putting down Renekton. 4 or 5 auto attacks, he's already down to half HP. Talia's and Weaver Wall trying to box everyone out there, but she's just kind of caught out in the middle of herself, gets hooked up, and trying to run around Tristana, do what she can, she just kites back. Everyone's trying to flash out to Tristana to use the QSS, and actually is able to keep out of that stun, and actually pulls out the kill with the help of Mika Moose, and barely lives. That was pretty amazing that Morel and Omicron doing work against Tristana as she's trying to heal up, and now they are all left alone. Tristana says, I got this top turret up here, let me just run up here and get these minions, or the golems, I guess, whatever. But
Lifesteal a little
We
bit.
got lifesteal.
life
Heal
still
up
lit
a
up
bit.
a little bit, and so taking down so many turrets from here. I could see the idea behind Talia, let's separate them out, and then all of a sudden, next thing you knew, it seemed like the tree huggers just all scattered themselves, just all went off crazy.
Yeah, that was such a spread out fight. It was like a 1v1, a 1v1, a 2v2, and a 1v1.
Right.
I mean, it was that was a very, very widespread fight going on there, and it was absolutely crazy. But
Well, they tried to make the call too. Tristana. You could. I mean, I'm sure that's what they're shouting in their. Well, maybe not shouting, but that's what they were saying in their team comms, and it almost worked. Tristana's just so far ahead. Not necessarily even in kills, really, but that 344 CS just is just
crazy.
monstrous at this time.
yeah, so that definitely that Baron buff paying off for them at this point. The punchers have gotten Evened up the kills, are ahead almost 5,000 gold right now. Definitely ahead in tower kills. They are, looks like, going to try to focus on getting back, buying everything, and focusing on what their next objective is. Next Drake is spawning in 1 minute and 30 seconds. I don't know how long we have left on Baron, but I'm guessing that it has expired at this point.
Hopefully the camera directs back to them and we can see.
We'll never know.
The way that they're just not trying to prioritize pushing makes me feel that Baron is gone. All right, yes, Baron has expired at this point. All right.
Renekton is still quietly not died yet.
Oh.
So, if that amounts to anything, we'll let you know. So far, perhaps he's not defending Talia like he should be.
Well, and part of the problem is that he built a little bit more empire to go against the Vladimir. But right before that fight started, did you guys see Tristana? Tristana auto-attacked like 4 or 5 times, and Renekton was almost down to half HP, and she just stood there and auto-attacked and just kind of walked away from him. So if Tristana is left alone to be able to fight against Renekton, then... Oh, but wow, great flash forward into a stun and completely just blows up the Ziggs. There goes a lot of damage coming out from them, and looks like they're trying to push him back into the tower. Great job from Talia, knocking people back into the turret. They actually do suppress up the Warwick and try to stun him back up. He's looking to be able to get back and get away. We were small trying to cut off the Tristana a little bit there. I think Warwick actually is going to be able to make it out alive just barely again. And there's a kill onto Vladimir. Tristana doing what she can all alone in the enemy base. But is actually turned around, takes 2 down, and here comes the stun. QSS, and she doesn't jump away. Now she would knock away the Vladimir, or not the Vladimir, the Yur, excuse me.
Take him all.
Oh my
just can't be able to do everything all by herself.
No. She was trying to carry that one way too hard. She was sure trying. But the tree huggers absolutely knew that how quickly the punchers can take down those towers. They knew that they had to, as soon as they got up to that bottom turret, that they had to get in there and make a move. So the second they got too close, the entire team just jumped in. And I don't think the punchers were ready for that.
Oh no.
They were ready to siege that turret down, and tree huggers just said, nope, we're going in. We're taking you guys out. So got a couple of kills out of that. But they are still a little bit behind. They're still trying to figure out and make sure that their middle inhibitor is still down. So they still have a little bit on that to make sure that lane stays safe right now. But lots of pings coming out onto Dragon at this point. I don't know if it's going to benefit either team super immensely, but there definitely is. Looks like there's going to be a fight over it.
I want to see Jesse go for it though, because they have that Mountain Drake, and then you have the burn on top of that, and you're already really good at taking objectives.
Yeah.
And then Baron's up in 45 seconds, so if you can be able to burst this down and force a fight that you most likely will win because you're just not so far ahead, then I think that's going to be a useful fight. It actually does go on over. So here is a draked up team, and Tristana's just jumping around and knocks away Renekton, but she's just going to keep jumping. One auto attack, that crit coming out. And so we're just going to see R33 also going to be going down here. Renekton just, or not Renekton, Warwick, sorry. Yeah, thank you. The doggy going and having a lot of good bite. And wow, Tristana just doesn't care that they're taking up all those turrets and turret shots within there. And I think this is going to be, I want to say this is game coming within here. Tristana just does way too much damage, jumping in there, going to be able to pull out the Renekton ultimate, trying to heal and do a lot of damage back. And on the turret actually does, I think, take up the GA from Renekton. And there's going to take down the... Oh no, they got trolled by the inhibitor.
Oh no.
But I don't think that's going to stop it, really.
I don't think so either.
All right. Jesse lives another day.
Congratulations to Jesse and the Cooter Punchers.
Nope.
They move on
The
to
Cougar Punchers.
the next round. Congratulations to them in a very entertaining game, to say the least.
Somebody find me egg roll. Where's he at?
Egg roll.
Egg roll. I couldn't find you on the map.
So I want to see that damage chart.
I'm gonna go see if I can hunt him down.
All right.
All right, check out those graphs. Talia actually doing just a hair more damage than the Tristana. Crazy game. I thought that was absolutely a super entertaining game to watch.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, from just how crazy they were all over the place and always fighting from the lane swap from the very first 10 seconds they had a lane swap and made it work for them. Oh, we're back to the camera.
No,
Oh, not yet. Okay,
Still
good.
there.
I was like, I'm sitting down
Sorry.
and waving my hands around like a lunatic here.
Yeah, but absolutely. I mean, just a very, very entertaining game.
Yeah.
The Talia was really fun to watch. I thought she had a lot of really, really good walls. I
Yeah.
thought she was placing them really well. Very aggressive with them. Very most of the time knew exactly where she wanted to go and was very good at picking people out,
Yeah.
getting a couple of very, very early picks onto that Warwick. Honestly, it's too bad that we're probably not going to see that Talia anymore tonight.
Yeah, and I think really the only thing I can think of that may have been counting against is maybe the team wasn't used to playing with Atilia. Like, those walls were doing a fairly good job of blocking people off. Granted, Tristana a lot of times was one of the people she tried to block out and then she could just jump somewhere. But it just didn't seem like they had as much focus as they needed to. Whereas Jessie, they knew immediately who to jump on right away, you know, especially with Tristana having the faith in the team that if I leap into here, I can now leap forward or leap out. And that was just a great job from, I don't know, Tristana just not slowly popped up, not like all of a sudden popped off, or not just got there, just continually just from the entire beginning of the game just rose up and then exponentially was able to just take over the game.
Absolutely. Also, really just props to that Renekton for just being a monster in that game. And then also I gotta say that the Thresh was landing some hooks even when he wasn't landing them. He was either forcing flashes or he was hitting minions and then still going in anyways.
That was pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good.
You know, boxing behind people. Thresh is that playmaking support, and this game was definitely no exception.
And you know, a good Thresh when I'm trying to think. I think it was Tristana got caught out in the top river near Baron Pit. And instead of Thresh trying to jump in there, throw a hook, flay, just threw the lantern and started walking away, knowing that this is one of the reasons I'm a strong champion. And a lot of times you can see newer Threshes or people who are just not that good, like try to get more involved in a fight like that. And sometimes you just don't need to fight like that. So, I wonder if we can actually, if you want to, let's check out if the Kings are in a game and we can be able to jump in there. FFJA sent me a friend request. What is this about?
All right. Yeah, unfortunately, the bracket still has not been updated, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on there.
Right.
But we definitely will try to get into a game here. I'm actually going to switch it over to the camera here as we're done with that game. Hey guys.
Wait, want in on this game to shoutcast it. That's from Ro. So do we want to shoutcast the Tempest versus KU, or are we wanting to stick in the losers bracket a little bit? I mean, if we have this game ready to go right now, hi camera. If we have this game ready to go right here, I feel like, I mean, why not jump in? Because I think the other games might take a little bit longer to get going, and I think we might see. I think Kings will keep going forward. Invite Meaty. Mix.
All right.
All right, so just again, kind of bringing it back, high level view. Again, this is KCGameOn. We are doing the League of Legends stream. This is the 75th event. It just blows my mind. I've mentioned before, but I've been coming for every single time that I can for the past 3 years. It is hosted here at Cerner. What?
Just
We won prizes? Oh my goodness, we won prizes.
Awesome. Just got a message.
How did we win prizes?
From one of the organizers? I don't know. Apparently, both of us won raffle prizes. Unfortunately, we were not watching the main stream to see what they are, but
we're too busy.
I guess we'll check that out eventually.
But like what he's talking about right there, like come please, if you are and he's just have a hint of interest in gaming, especially the gaming scene that's going on in Kansas City, please check this out because you can win prizes like apparently we did, just mainly door prizes. The cost here ranges from $15 to $25, depending on when you sign up or what you do. It's bring your own computer, it's bring your console. It's a ton of fun. So a huge shout out to KCGameOn. Big shout out to Cerner as well for letting us host here. I used to work at Cerner. Devin right now works for Cerner, and I think it's just great that a really big company like that is willing to let a bunch of stinky nerds with their thousands of dollars of equipment, millions of dollars worth of equipment, come in here and just post up and give us good internet, give us just the space to be able to have all of this. Thank you so much to, I think IBM is the one who pays for food, and it was hot dogs, brats, and hamburgers, so you can't say no to that, and I was trying to say no. Azio, is that right? Azio? Azio, thank you. Azio,
Yes.
right above us. They are supplying the winning team with this awesome keyboard here. So if you don't have a mechanical keyboard at home, you are missing out. It is great for even just typing on. These are, I think, brown cherries for these switches, and so they're pretty quiet. So your kids and your wife or your husband will be thankful that it's not making a giant clacking noise all over the place. But huge shout out to them. I know they've done supplies for CS:GO, and they are branching out to the League of Legends. Also, just check out all the other sponsors that we have down here, just for any contribution they have. They put out word for us, they retweet, they do all kinds of stuff like that. So please check out KCGameOn on Twitter. Check them out. I think they've been doing some more stuff on Instagram, so check that out. Go to their page, KCGameOn, for Discord.
Speaking of other social media, also, if you are watching, KCGameOn does have a Snapchat geofilter.
Yes, it does.
Set up for today. We've literally been talking in between every single game about mentioning it on stream, and I'm pretty sure this is the first time we've talked about it.
Yeah.
If you have Snapchat, get it up, take some pictures, use the filter, and send them around.
And then also kind of bring it back to social media, Azio, with its esports and corp. Please check out everything on Twitter, everything on Facebook for updates on just, again, the product they make. And I mean, we have one set up over here, and I think Glitterbait played with it a little bit, and it seemed really responsive, seems really nice. And then also just really at the same time, shout out to if you guys want to follow us on Twitter and social media and things like that. We're often all the time involved somehow with the League of Legends scene in Kansas City, and maybe even be expanding more to other esports. So just come in here, have fun, check everything out. It looks like, all right, it looks like I think we're getting ready to get to know the game, and this is Tempest versus KU Esports.
Yes, this is officially the what is this?
We're in the winners bracket, right?
Yes, this is in the winners bracket. This is the winners final, not the grand final. So it's basically the finals of the winners bracket. So then whoever wins out of this is going to go into the grand finals, which is going to be the winner of the winners bracket, winner of the losers bracket. So that's what this is. This is the finals for the winners bracket. So this is some very, very high quality, top-notch play here that we're seeing right now. And one of these teams is going to be in the grand finals once we are done here. So we've spectated we've spectated a game from each of these teams already today. Yeah. Both really good games. Obviously, both of them won. Okay, sorry, I'm just making sure that I'm not missing anything in the chat and when they're going to start and all that stuff. So everybody is in the lobby, so we're just waiting for them to literally start up the match right now. But they both played some really good games, and I'm super excited. KU Esports had a really, really crazy team comp. I'm excited.
Oh, okay. Well, I need to speak to why they had that. I talked to some of the KU people, and
Nice.
didn't even have to ask, and Chenny just told me. But he said the reason that they had kind of some weird teams and some champions is because those two people don't own very many champions on that account. That was it. And I'm like, wait, really? And he's like, yeah, they don't own any champions. And it's like, all right. So I think it's the comfortability. And so he's like, no, we weren't going for a team comp. We were just picking our champions. So we analyzed that way too much.
Okay, so we probably won't see anything else super interesting
Probably
out
not.
of them.
I mean, I could see them trying to pick up Oriana early, but past that
Interesting.
it was a little
All right.
different.
Good. Great. Well,
And kind of throwing this out there too, I think we were looking to do some games in the losers bracket instead of this one, because we will see both these teams at least 2 or 3 more times. But unfortunately, the bracket hasn't really been updated yet, and we don't know where the other teams are or who's in them. And I think we're just kind of lost at this point about who is where. And I'm not even sure if the Kings even playing right now. I don't know. So, but we are jumping into picks and bans. It looks like actually within here. So, let's get that pulled up there. And I'll actually do this. Hit the little setting, and then click that for the window size.
oh my gosh. Oh.
There we go. Now we can see a little better.
Look at that. Look
Heyo.
at that. Okay.
So
Awesome.
Graves does get banned out against KU. Again, that was a pretty early pick and did fairly well. We saw Graves kind of coming up behind people, behind turrets, and was just doing a really good job within there. Ari is banned out, and I think that probably makes sense. Riverside just does very well against that. Finally, a Zach ban. What took people so long? Like, that's just crazy. But also the Kled ban being pulled out. And again, it's not against KU Cheney. It was against, man, what was that person's name that was up there? Piggy Ming. So it'll be great to be able to see what comes up there. And a Caitlyn ban as well. Caitlyn is picked up immediately by Tempest. And so that's really exciting because that was one of the things that they won. And it's all of a sudden, whoa. Look at the stream real quick, good sir. So I guess we do need to go back to the really tiny one. But Caitlyn does get picked up for Row on the side of Tempest. Super exciting because he can do fairly well onto that Caitlyn, but also really good because that's what KU just completely crushed on. They just kind of silently in the bot lane just got fed off the farm, and just came back and won that one. So it looks like, I think the Xayah did get locked in there, and it looks like also Oriana is getting hovered again. So really exciting to be able to see all that come out there. All right, there we go. Resizing everything.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Well, all of our stuff is still a little bit cut off, but much better than it was.